Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This video is kind of like 4 presentations in one. I'm going to be presenting to different audiences. Just so you know, this is also my school assignment, so I'm going to keep it a little bit not as fun. I need to get marks, but it's also a YouTube video, so enjoy. Hey there, thank you so much for making it on such short notice. Please turn your devices away because this is a presentation and you need to be focused. This is for you. You all are university students and you've taken entrepreneurship in university. If you look at the table of contents, you will see that today we're going to cover a history of DJI and its founder, who is the founder, why were microcontrollers important, and then at the last, how did DJI beat the market. DJI was founded in 2006, exactly 20 years ago, by Frank Wang, when the founder was also 26 years old. He was born in 1980s in Hangzhou, China, and he studied engineering at a Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Wang became obsessed with flight control systems, which keep aircraft stable in the air, but instead of treating it as a normal school project, he saw an opportunity to build something useful and continue developing the idea well after university ended. His work was so important to the university and the university saw so much potential that they actually gave him a couple of $1,000s as a micro grant towards his brand new company called DJI. So by just doing something you're passionate about and officially telling everyone, hey, I'm doing it, you can actually get support. There's always money around. At first, DJI didn't even sell drones. They got focused on creating flight control systems that made remote controlled aircraft more stable and easier to fly. They sold these components to hobbyists and engineers around the world. I have a question. Imagine you are working on something at university or college right now that you genuinely enjoy. Maybe it's coding, video editing, engineering, photography, or game development. Doesn't really matter. If you realize that your project could become a business, would you be willing to take the risk and pursue it? Because Frank Wang was 22, drones weren't really popular. No one was really buying them because they were complicated, expensive, and you needed to be precise. In his eyes, it could have been that only military people will use it. Like, he didn't know how to succeed, but he tried it anyway and he succeeded. So take a moment to think about that. If your project you're working on could become a business, would you pursue it? Many successful companies started because someone noticed an opportunity in something they were passionate about. DJI is one example of how a small idea can grow into a company that changes the entire industry. One fun fact is that DJI is actually called DJI Innovations, which doesn't mean anything. It means exactly what you hear. DJI Innovations. Now you know a little bit about DJI and its founders. If you're interested about anything, feel free to shoot me an email. I have a lot of information about DJI, its founders, what he was doing, when he was studying. I can even help you connect with someone at DJI if you're interested. Thank you so much and take care. Good afternoon. My name is Aleck and today I'm going to be talking about the development of DJI. You probably already know Frank Wang, who was the founder. Started out working on microcontrollers and he eventually switched to producing them at mass scale. And today we're going to learn about how to turn a small project into a massive global brand. It was a small company, nothing major was happening. However, after several years, DJI identified a larger opportunity. DJI's founder realized it made more sense to build complete, ready-to-fly drones using their own technology instead of just selling upgrade components. At the time, you couldn't buy a drone as a beginner and just fly. Drones were for professionals, for filmmakers, and they were inaccessible to people with a low income. But since DJI has been developing flight controllers that make flights more stable, what if we package it into a product so that we sell it to consumers? This shift led to the Phantom series from 2010 to 2013, which made drones easy to use and they were much cheaper than other drones. This decision to building complete drones changed the trajectory of the whole company forever. DJI now controlled the entire user experience, the hardware, the software, the flight systems, and the camera technology. And as a result, the company was able to differentiate itself from competitors and expand rapidly. So let's take a look at the development of DJI. So as you can see, in 2006, DJI was founded. Later, the first flight controllers were sold and people started taking traction. Then in 2010, there was a major shift to full drone development. As you can see from this picture here, there was a very small team, just like 7 people. By 2016, they were a big company then. They were producing large drones for movie sets, 4K cameras, all of that kind of stuff. Here are just a couple of facts about DJI that you should still remember after today's meeting. Today, DJI controls more than 70% of the consumer drone market. The company maintains this position by continuing to improve reliability, ease of use, and integration across its products. There are 3 important lessons here. First, sometimes growth comes from moving up the value chain instead of remaining a supplier by taking a risk. Second, reducing complexity for customers can be a stronger competitive advantage than simply adding more features. And third, but not last, when a company controls the complete experience from beginning to end, it becomes much harder for competitors to catch up. Thank you so much. I hope your evening will go very well. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing? So I just got up from my ass and decided to talk about DJI. Now, there is a good reason for this. Well, we know that DJI is a good company and a very reliable one. What if there's a better company out there? Today, DJI controls more than 70% of the consumer drone market. That's a remarkable achievement, but it's usually a good idea to know what alternatives exist before making a purchase. There are 3 of the most notable competitors, and they are Autel Robotics, Potenzic, and Fimi by Xiaomi. Autel Robotics is like the closest one. They are the best at reproducing the kind of quality and support DJI would do, but of course not as much because DJI is still on top. Potenzic, I would only consider if you want to try something new you never tried before. That's Potenzic for you. And Fimi, that's more for like teenagers. I would lean a little bit over Potenzic than Fimi. That's why I have it ranked as number 3. Personally, I still think that DJI offers the most complete package for most people. Their drones are reliable, easy to use, and their technology works very well altogether. But I think it's important to understand the competition because competitions is what pushes companies to improve. And if DJI didn't have competition, then it wouldn't make products like these. And if you know about the competition, then you may be interested in knowing maybe competition right now are doing a little bit better so that you can go ahead and grab the latest features before DJI implements them. Thank you so much for listening. Good luck tracking down your next drone purchase. Hey everyone, how's it going? Quick question before I start. How many of you have ever wanted to fly a drone? Yeah, that's what I thought. So drones are awesome because they let you see the world from places you normally couldn't see. This drone can go up hundreds of meters up and you can see crazy pictures like these, and these. If you wanted to buy your first drone today, which one would you get? Some drones are really cheap, but they can be difficult to control. Others have amazing cameras and safety features, but they cost a lot of money. You're probably looking at this drone and kinda wishing you had it. Imagine riding your bike through a park while a drone follows you and records a video automatically behind you. And then you can take out your iPad and see just the kind of cool tricks you did and show it to your friends and get candy. There are 2 drones that you should consider. First one is DJI Neo X1, priced at around 870 Canadian dollars. This setup stands out because it offers omnidirectional optical sensing all around your ass, 4K HDR camera with an option to shoot up to 200 PS in slow motion, around 2 hours of flight time with those extra batteries, and a controller with a built-in Full HD display that makes it super easy to track flights. But $870 for you who just wants to try a drone and record yourself biking? Probably a bit too much. The best drone is the one that matches what you want to do. So, do you want to make cool videos? Do you want to race? Do you want to explore? Or do you just want to have fun while flying with your friends? Maybe you want all of that. Then choose DJI Neo. DJI Neo starts at around 191 Canadian dollars. It offers excellent features like 4K stabilized camera and AI subject tracking, easy to control the drone from your phone, making it one of the best beginner drones available for its price. Hopefully someday you'll end up owning a DJI drone or even building your own DJI company. That would be awesome. To summarize, if you want a cool drone race, buy the DJI Neo. If not, buy the DJI Lito. My name was Aleck, by the way. You guys should remember that because I'm a DJI fan. These are the references I used. I used the DJI website. I used the Forbes website to learn more about the Frank Wang success story. And I watched a YouTube video to learn more about the story of DJI. Go out there and pick your own drone. And for you, watching this presentation from start to end, thank you so much for listening. Have a great summer.